Hello, friends. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are living on the different parts of the world. My topic is today is very important and needs a special attention because it is very crucial for all of you to know the if you are interested in international politics where the world is heading right now, a disturbed and chaotic, divided, problematic world order which impacts your life and my life and everybody's as well. So it is crucial and bears importance to know actually what is going on around the world, which have direct repercussions on you, on your life. That's why I came across to make the choose the topic which is internationally importance bears importance to know my viewers. That is the motive and principal purpose of my you know initiative. So thank you very much. uh, right now my topic of discussion today is that United States House of Representatives approves Quad Bill, Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, is a group of four countries: United States of America, India, Australia, and Japan. These four groups have combined to make Indo-Pacific open, secure, so that the region prospers. I will discuss in great detail about this Quad bill that is passed by the United States Representative House, and this will go definitely to the Senate as well and will pass the bill. The basic tenets, the motives of the bill, I will tell you in great detail. And it passed in the majority, 139, 379 votes he gained. The maximum majority, only 39 votes were against. So it is a huge success of this. It represents actually, it denotes that the importance of this grouping. First, you have to understand this will, passing the will at the diplomatic and executive level. If you are making a treaty kind of system, developing, that is one thing. But if the whole Congress, the United States Congress, is asserting for this grouping, definitely it has a motive about this. It is not only just have been done for ordinary purposes. It has a great importance. Great, it bears the great have great motive about this. And this particular grouping and this Indo-Pacific, I mean, the Indian Ocean plus Pacific Ocean connecting with the many four, choke points here. We have Sumatra kind of choke points, Indonesia, and that connects with them. South China Sea, which is the most critical zone. So it is very important, and then the future is going to be defined uh, by this grouping and this particular reason. That's why the emphasis of the quad grouping is very important. So the bill passed by this US lawmaking body is very important, and bears importance to be kept attention on the development. And this bill has actually called Biden administration to establish a quad intra-parliamentary working group. Intra-parliamentary working group. Why they are targeting parliament? Intra-parliamentary working group. Why they want to make it? Because these are the democracies. Democracy functions based on the parliament. Parliament is the key house for democracies. And by this intra-parliamentary working group, they will propagate their messaging, and they will, persuade the members of the parliament through it. That's why their motives hidden behind. And the United States, two member of the Quad, Australia and Japan, is the uh, former allies of the United States. They have very close, relationship. हमारे गांव में चमचा बोलते हैं इसको, है ना? तो that kind of relationship with Australia and Japan, with the United States, but the only India, which is a odd member. Odd, I mean he is a non-alignment, member, and is also saying that Mr. S. Jaishankar always here and there saying that we are persevering our foreign policy it non-aligned and aligned with the all, not only the some kind of groupings, but how India look at the Quad is very important, and India looks Quad as a capacity building mechanism. The Quad, through Quad, various developmental process, cooperation, engagements, even research, educational research institutions. This grouping have made, in which the scholars can, go to study the different in these three countries. So it is very important for the technological engagements as well, educational participation. The all dimensions of cooperation is strengthening by this Quad grouping with 4 members, and definitely it is very important to note that with shared commitment to uphold a free, open, and inclusive Indo-Pacific, amidst China's aggressive behavior, China is actually bullying the South China Sea neighboring countries like Philippines, Vietnam, and Malaysia, Brunei, because China claims that nearly all the South China Sea belongs to China with 9 or 10 dash line. It claims that so Beijing has built, China has built artificial islands in South China Sea and military installations there. We are getting the news every day after day that the Philippines maritime security forces engaging with uh, you know point of conflict with the Chinese navy. They are coming too much closer with the Philippines. Military forces. Mm, some may have you know in future escalate tensions, and armed conflict may in future can occur if such thing is not contained, managed properly. So that's why this grouping is very important. And legislatures also demanding that Quad intra-parliamentary working group to facilitate greater engagement and cooperation among the four legislatures. With the rise of authoritarianism around the world, it is vital our democracies to work together to ensure the success of open societies and market, and they promote democratic governance and international rules-based order. But uh, don't be critical about uh, what is going on, but we have to see the things objectively. The strategy shall address uh, cooperation on issues including first prepare for next pandemic, is also saying that preparing for next pandemic. And second, co-developing new innovative technologies, you know and third component is deepening economic engagement and integration. So it is very very important. And the bill also says that it also would establish a US group, United States group, which would have a maximum of 24 members of the Congress to represent the US in the working group. It also would establish guidelines for annual meetings and group leadership. Under the bill, the group would be required to submit an annual report to the Congressional and Foreign Affairs Committee. So the annual report, uh, the State Department should, it is all the will directed that the State Department to submit, very important line, State Department to submit it to Congress within 180 days. The bill, enactment of the bill, within 180 days of enactment of the bill, the strategy to increase the engagement and cooperation with Quad members, and within 60 days of its enactment to enter into the negotiations with Japan, India, and Australia to establish a Quad intra-parliamentary working group to facilitate closer cooperation. So that's a very important thing to know. Within 60 days and within 6 months, the State Department should, you know, inform the Congress that how they will engage, what are the policies of engagement and cooperation with the Quad members. As India is the only odd member, in the Quad member, India is the only odd member, which wears the policy called non-alignment. And with China, India-China relationship is one factor as well. It is not happening. India is not cooperating in vacuum. You know, there is some reason for this. Otherwise, India would not have to go to any kind of cooperation. China is successively threatening India on the border, and China is also increasing its presence in Indo-Pacific, Indian Ocean region. That's why the India is in the northern and eastern borders. is not feeling safe, as well as in Indian Ocean too. So India, you know, increasing its India has a limitation on technological advancement. So the technological cooperation is also needed. That's why the we are saying that co-development, co-production kind of things. The Indian people, Indian scientists, engineers must have to cooperate technological exchange with all the technologically advanced nations, even though Russia is as well, including Russia. So definitely India is multi-aligned. India is cooperating. India has the capacity to do it. We have largest population of engineers, youth population, and everything what is needed. We have all the tools, and we are moving ahead in the right direction. We have large scale graduation students. They need training only. Uh, they will be a asset for the country, not a liability. So we are hoping that uh, after making this engagement, India would get the capacity building. India will increase its capacity by cooperating with all the nations, and we need it. We have limitations. Only just 20 years we have started after 2000. Uh, we are lifting up. You know, we have large scale problems as well, social upheavals in the country, and the economic rising. India is taking place. India is reviving itself structurally in social at the socialist stage, economic stage. It's growing. So it needs engagement with all the dimensions of the cooperation to lift our capacity up. So that's why very important this squad grouping is for India, and we are doing it. uh, it is producing great success for India. But the security dimension is very important. If India is get threatened by the Chinese bullying actions or belligerent actions, then India needs friends. So that's a very nice thing. Uh, but China is the only problem in the world. Its governance is not transparent. What they are saying, they are not observing. That's the problem. They are not observing even the agreements they have signed with nations. So it is kind of a rogue nation behaving. So the behavior of the China is unpredictable. Opacity is kind of in the governance makes this country is uh, you know untrustworthy. So that's why we need friends, and it would be better to have friends to capacity development for the. So that's a very nice thing, and we value these partners and relationship with these nations, and that's good. Thank you very much for watching. If you like it, then please share it with your friends, fellow uh, citizens of India and around the world. And your comment is also needed. Uh, I am not. I want to say that I'm not. News reporter kind of person. So it is. Thank you very much. Have to understand it what I'm saying. Thanks very much.